All right, so we have a new pedal. It is from a company I haven't done something for before. It's called OKKO, and this one in particular is called the Twin Sonic. I have another pedal from him that I will be showcasing called the Diablo, but this is the Twin Sonic, and it is a really unique pedal. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was based on like a Fender style, like amp head circuit. Let me pull up the instructions. Let's make sure that that's correct. So it's got 2 overdrive circuits in it, which can be used independently or stacked together. The blue channel is the original Twin Sonic circuit, a discrete overdrive with a bold, open, grainy sound like a cranked vintage amp. So I think that's where that kind of like Fender-y thought is coming into play. The red channel is a transparent overdrive with a slightly smoother gain structure designed to perfectly stack with the blue side or to add some dirt and harmonics to your bass sound on its own. So yeah, I forget. I think it was maybe that I was talking to Twilight Pulse Audio Works, which he was the one who recommended OKKO to me. It's his mentor, actually. And we were talking about these pedals. The conversation actually started with the Diablo, and then it led to me getting both Diablo and Twin Sonic. And frankly, whenever I tried the Twin Sonic, I immediately got attached to it. It was a really cool, just kind of preampy sound, which is the kind of drive qualities that I tend to like. But both are cool. We're going to check out both of them. But for now, let's start with taking a look at the Twin Sonic. It has a couple unique knobs on it, which we'll see that are just like gain level, voice, and high cut on both sides, which has to do with like a form of tone balance, and then you can just cut the high end as well, which is useful. And then there's a mode toggle switch in the middle, which controls like the bass response, essentially. So let's take a look at that. Okay, so here is the Twin Sonic, and this is just a bunch of random settings that I think at one point I messed around with them on. We'll just see how it's sounding. But first, my guitar that I'm using, my Veritas Portlander with Lindy Fralin PAFs. And then I have the JMI 36 on the left side, the Blankenship Twinplex through the Supro cab on the right. This is what the clean tone sounds like with just compression. All right, and then here is the Twin Sonic on, at the moment, now the red channel. Kind of enlightening bringing down the level like that. You're hearing what the EQ properties are actually doing. Let's just take a moment to kind of toggle this mode toggle around, which I think has to do with low end. So to the right cuts more treble. That's probably the most neutral tone that I've found out of that so far. So as clean as it can get. And then the voice down the center seems to kind of be the most like neutral sounding to my guitar, which let's hear that again. And then let's turn that voice to a couple of different locations once again. Actually, that's pretty cool location. There's some kind of like thumpiness that it's giving me too. The mode, like low end toggle right down the middle, but the voice is doing such an interesting character change. I'm gonna boost it here. I'm going to turn the boost back off now, but it's a very mid-range kind of drive, which is really cool. It's really rounding off the top end, at least with this current set of settings in terms of, like voice control and all that. Once again, we're not cutting any top end here yet. So let's keep messing around with voice control like this. So opening up the gain definitely started to open up a degree of clarity as well, which we're also actually utilizing the gain circuit by doing that. But it's cool. I mean, it's such a good sounding drive on this red side, man. fascinating. It's so much more low end. It came in whenever I did this. It's crazy how much you can shape the identity of it based on this voice knob there. So I think we've spent enough time on the red side. It sounds awesome. What a variety of tones. Let's go over to blue. Sorry, I don't have it like fully Velcroed down. It's a little loose there. Man, so, I mean, that was a lot of tinkering, but that's because there's a lot of tinkering that can be done. I don't know if we messed with the mode button on this one. Let me just go ahead and do that really fast just to make sure we hit it. Man, so what a cool pedal. I mean, there's such a variety of tones and, there's a lot to say about it, but I think that was one of the cooler, higher gain, almost like a second to third gain stage territory with that grainy grit that it's got. I don't really even know what to compare it to. It sounds familiar to me in terms of like the style of drive that it is, but I've used it live before and it was awesome. I think I wound up gravitating a bit more towards the red side, because there was just something that felt a little more balanced with my tone and the kind of like crunch that it had to it. But obviously we heard that the blues side sounds amazing as well. So it's just such a cool set of things that you can accomplish with that, and a wide variety of EQ options depending on how you set the voice and the mode in the middle. So anyways, there's the Twin Sonic from OKKO.